Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. We'll be exploring the fascinating world of Juan Luna's most significant paintings. This is part of our series on the historical, political, cultural, and artistic influences that shaped one of the Philippines' greatest masters. Today, we'll take a close look at how these artworks reflect the turbulent times and rich heritage of our history. So, let's dive in and discover what makes Luna's work truly remarkable. Let's explore the historical context behind the artwork. Understanding the cultural and social environment of the time helps us see why the artwork was created and what it represents. We also look at the artist's intention and biography, which give us insight into their personal motivations and influences. Next, we consider the subject matter and iconography, what symbols and themes are present, and what they might signify. The composition and style reveal the artist's techniques and aesthetic choices, shaping how we experience the piece. Reception and interpretation are also crucial. How was the artwork received when it was first shown? How have perceptions changed over time? By examining these aspects, we can better understand the meaning and significance embedded within the artwork, especially within its specific historical and cultural framework. This approach allows us to evaluate a piece of art thoroughly, considering not just its visual elements, but also the broader context that influenced its creation. In Gombrich's The Story of Art, he emphasizes how historical paintings are deeply intertwined with the artist's intentions and the cultural and social circumstances of their time. He shows us that understanding these images as products of their era helps us appreciate their true significance. So, by applying this framework, looking at history, culture, and artists' intent, we gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of art across different periods. These 6 lenses provide a comprehensive framework for understanding any historical painting in its full depth and complexity. They serve as different ways to analyze and interpret art, helping us see beyond just the visual. By applying these 6 analytical aspects, we can gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of a painting's meaning, context, and significance. This approach encourages us to look at the artwork from multiple perspectives, cultural, technical, symbolic, and more, so we don't miss any important details. Ultimately, these lenses help us connect the visual elements to the broader, historical and social themes we're exploring in this course. They remind us that great art isn't just about what we see on the surface, but also about the deeper stories and ideas it conveys. Let's explore the dominant political forces of the era first. Understanding who held power and what their agendas were helps us see the broader context in which the artwork was created. Were there major conflicts, revolutions, or governmental shifts happening at the time? These elements often shape the themes and messages artists choose to express. Next, we should consider the social and economic conditions that influenced daily life. For example, economic hardship or prosperity, social hierarchies, and cultural norms all leave an imprint on art. These factors can reveal what was important to people and how artists responded to their environment. We also need to look at significant events or movements occurring during this period. Movements like industrialization, political upheavals, or social reform campaigns can greatly impact artistic production. Recognizing these helps us understand the underlying messages or critiques in the artwork. Now, how do all these conditions influence the artist's choices? Well, they often inform the subject matter, style, and symbolism used. Artists react to their surroundings, whether consciously or unconsciously, and their work becomes a reflection of the times. By analyzing these factors, political, social, economic, and cultural, we gain deeper insights into the motivations behind the artwork. This allows us to interpret themes more fully and appreciate its historical and cultural significance. Ultimately, to truly grasp a painting's importance, we need to understand the context in which it was created. That means examining not just the artwork itself, but also the world that shaped it. This comprehensive approach enriches our understanding and appreciation of the artist's intent and message. Let's explore how religious and philosophical influences have shaped the subject of this artwork. These beliefs and ideas often guided artists in their choice of themes and symbolism. Next, we consider the societal norms and expectations of the period. These norms influenced what was acceptable or celebrated in art, and understanding them helps us see why certain subjects were chosen or depicted in specific ways. It's important to look at how the artwork both reflects and challenges its cultural environment. Sometimes, artists conform to prevailing values, but other times, they push boundaries and question societal norms. All of these factors come together to form a broader context that shaped the artist's worldview. By understanding this, we gain deeper insight into the intentions behind the work and how it responds to its cultural and social surroundings. This area of inquiry helps us see the artwork not just as an isolated piece, but as a reflection of the values, beliefs, and issues of its time. It's through this lens that we truly appreciate the artwork's significance. By examining the cultural and social environment where the painting was created, we can uncover the underlying values that influence the artist's decisions. Religious, philosophical, and societal influences all play a role in shaping the subject matter, symbolism, and overall meaning. In essence, understanding these influences allows us to connect more deeply with the artwork and see how it resonates with the broader cultural and social climate of its time. Let's explore some of the key aspects that inform the creation of this artwork. First, I want to highlight the unique perspective of the artist. This includes their personal letters, writings, or recorded statements that reveal how they interpret their own work. These insights help us understand the artist's mindset and intentions. Next, we look at their artistic style, specifically, the tendencies and movements they aligned with or perhaps reacted against during their career. Recognizing these influences helps us place the artwork within a broader art historical context. Then there's the artist's background and training. Their education, mentors, and formative experiences play a crucial role in shaping their craft and perspective. Finally, delving into their biography and known intentions offers valuable insights into their motivations and creative process. By investigating aspects like their background, training, style, and documented statements, we gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of the painting and its message. All these elements, personal insights, stylistic tendencies, background, and intentions, come together to help us interpret the artwork more meaningfully within the overall narrative of this presentation. Let's delve into how we can interpret the painting by examining its characters, objects, symbols, allegories, and metaphors. First, consider who is depicted and what roles they play. This helps us understand the narrative or message the artist might be conveying. Next, look at the objects present. Each item can carry specific significance or symbolize certain ideas or values. Moving on to symbols, these often have cultural or historical meanings that add layers of context to the scene. Then, think about whether the scene functions as an allegory, representing a broader concept or story beyond the literal imagery. Additionally, observe if there are metaphors hidden within the composition, layered meanings that invite deeper interpretation. By exploring these layers of meaning, we unlock the intricate messages, allegories, or metaphors embedded in the artwork. This process gives us profound insights into the artist's intentions and helps us appreciate the thematic depth of the piece. Analyzing the subject matter and symbolism allows us to better understand the narrative or concept being portrayed. When we examine characters, objects, and symbols, especially considering their cultural or historical significance, we can unravel the multiple layers of meaning within the painting. This analytical approach enriches our comprehension and invites a more nuanced interpretation, ultimately deepening our appreciation of the artwork's artistic and conceptual sophistication. Now, let's explore how artists use spatial depth and viewpoint to really situate us within the scene. This technique amplifies the emotional or narrative impact by making us feel more connected to what's happening. Next, we have perspective, which involves how the visual elements are arranged. Things like balance, symmetry, and focal points. These guide our eye through the painting and help reinforce its overall message. Then there's composition, which is about how the artist arranges these elements to create harmony or tension that draws us in. Color and brushwork also play a crucial role. They set the mood, add depth, and evoke emotions. The way colors are chosen and applied can dramatically change how we experience the artwork. When we analyze these aspects, techniques, composition, color, perspective, and brushwork, we gain a deeper understanding of the artist's stylistic choices. This helps us evaluate the overall aesthetic and see how these elements contribute to the intended emotional or narrative effect. In essence, by studying these formal elements, we can better appreciate the artist's skill and the painting's power to communicate and evoke feelings. Let's delve into the contemporary critiques at the time of the artwork's creation. These critiques give us a window into how the piece was initially received and understood. Audience reactions across different eras reveal how perceptions have shifted over time, reflecting changing cultural and political contexts. By considering these factors, we can gain a much deeper understanding of how the artwork was appreciated, interpreted, and even contested by its original viewers and subsequent generations. This ongoing dialogue with the piece helps us see its impact and significance more clearly. It also highlights how interpretations evolve, shedding light on its enduring relevance. Exploring the historical reception and how people responded to the work in its own time and beyond provides valuable insights into its place within cultural history. In essence, examining critiques, reactions, and interpretations across eras allows us to appreciate not only the artwork itself, but also the broader social and cultural conversations it has sparked over time. This helps us see how its meaning has transformed and why it continues to resonate with audiences today. Today, I want to highlight one of the Philippines' most celebrated painters, Juan Luna. Luna, who lived from 1857 to 1899, is renowned for his remarkable talent and influence in the art world. His work is particularly notable because it beautifully bridged two important artistic traditions, the classical academic style and social realism. This means that his paintings not only showcased technical mastery, but also conveyed powerful social messages. Luna's artistry reflects a deep connection to his cultural roots, while also engaging with the social issues of his time. His contributions are pivotal to understanding the evolution of Philippine art, especially as it relates to the broader themes of tradition and social consciousness that we've been exploring in this presentation. These artworks serve as valuable material for us to examine and understand Luna's artistic development, as well as the themes he explored throughout his career. For instance, the Spoliarium from the 19th century, the Parisian life created in 1892, Hymen, O Hymene, or the Roman wedding from 1886 to 1887, and the Portrait of a Lady. All these pieces give us insight into his evolving style and interests. Later in his career, Luna shifted towards realism, moving away from purely academic styles to depict the realities faced by society. This change was influenced by his personal experiences and his growing awareness of the social and political struggles of Filipinos under colonial rule. Juan Luna, who lived from 1857 to 1899, was initially celebrated for his mastery of classical subjects, especially historical scenes and portraits. His technical skill in the European academic tradition earned him recognition across Europe, with awards at major exhibitions in Spain and France. This evolution from academic mastery to realism not only highlights his artistic growth, but also reflects his increasing engagement with social issues. It's a powerful reminder of how art can serve as a medium for social commentary and change, an important theme in Luna's life and work. Let's take a closer look at the Spoliarium, an iconic piece from the 19th century. This artwork was created using oil on canvas and measures approximately 4.22 meters high by 7.675 meters wide, making it truly monumental in size. The Spoliarium is a powerful and emotionally charged painting that depicts the Roman practice of dragging defeated gladiators' bodies into an underground chamber. It's not just a historical scene, It also serves as a poignant commentary on suffering, struggle, and the resilience of the Filipino spirit. As we explore this piece, keep in mind how its scale and intensity contribute to its impact. The artist aimed to evoke empathy and reflection, connecting the historical to the contemporary, reminding us of the enduring human condition. This work is a cornerstone in Philippine art, symbolizing resistance and national identity, fitting well into our overall theme of how art reflects societal values and history. This slide highlights the Spoliarium, which is widely regarded as the largest and most celebrated Philippine historical painting. As you can see, it has a width of 7.67 meters and a height of 4.22 meters, making it truly monumental in scale. This size commands the viewer's full attention and immerses us in its powerful storytelling. What makes this artwork even more remarkable is its recognition at the time. It was awarded the first gold medal at the Exposición de Bellas Artes in Madrid, Spain, back in 1884. This medal not only signifies its artistic excellence, but also its importance on the international stage. The dimensions at a glance remind us of its grandeur and significance. The Spoliarium is more than just a painting. It's an artistic achievement that encapsulates the socio-economic, political, and cultural dimensions of its time. Juan Luna's masterpiece is truly iconic because it embodies a profound historical narrative, making it the most important historical painting in the Philippines. It's a testament to Luna's skill and his ability to evoke deep emotion and reflection through his work. Overall, the Spoliarium stands as a symbol of national pride and artistic excellence, bridging history, culture, and artistic mastery in a single, monumental piece. The Spoliarium depicts the dark underbelly of Roman gladiatorial culture. It shows the room beneath the Colosseum, where the bodies of slain gladiators were stripped of their armor and weapons. Luna's monumental canvas captures this grim scene, highlighting the procession of fallen warriors being dragged away. Around them, there are mourning figures and indifferent crowds, which adds to the somber mood. The historical setting of ancient Rome is not just a backdrop here. It serves as a powerful allegory for the colonial subjugation experienced by the Filipino people under Spanish rule in the 19th century. This painting reminds us of how oppression and suffering are often hidden from view, yet they are deeply intertwined with the broader struggles for freedom and dignity. When Luna achieved the first gold medal in Madrid, it was more than just a personal victory. It showed the world that Filipino artists could compete at the highest levels of European academic art. This was a powerful cultural statement about our Filipino identity and our capability on the world stage. Now, looking at the Spoliarium, we see how it functions on multiple levels. Culturally, it was interpreted by Filipino nationalist leaders like José Rizal as a metaphor for our people's oppression. Rizal himself praised the painting, calling it a symbol of the suffering of our nation and a call for freedom. Politically, the painting highlights the exploitation and dehumanization of the lower classes, those stripped of dignity and worth. It mirrors the conditions of Filipino laborers and subjects under colonial rule, making it a potent visual commentary. And from a socio-economic perspective, the Spoliarium encapsulates the struggles of the marginalized, showing how social and political issues are deeply intertwined with our cultural identity. Altogether, this painting is not just a work of art. It's a reflection of our history, our struggles, and our hopes for freedom. This slide highlights the monumental scale of the Spoliarium, measuring 4.22 meters by 7.675 meters, which commands both physical and emotional presence. The large size draws viewers in, immersing us in the intense scene. The palette used is composed of dark, somber earth tones with dramatic highlights, emphasizing the themes of death and suffering. The strong contrast between light and shadow, or chiaroscuro, adds depth and intensity, guiding our focus across the composition. The artist, Luna, arranges the figures in a powerful diagonal sweep. This compositional choice creates a sense of movement and urgency, leading our eye from the fallen gladiators in the foreground to the grieving onlookers and indifferent spectators in the background. This diagonal flow not only enhances the narrative, but also underscores the central tension, the stark contrast between the passive dead and the active living. The painting is executed in the grand tradition of European academic realism, with a romantic influence that adds emotional depth. Luna's mastery of light and shadow, combined with dramatic figural arrangement and sweeping scale, results in a compelling panoramic scene. Overall, the dark, muted palette reinforces the themes of death, suffering, and despair, making the Spoliarium a powerful visual storytelling piece. The reception of the Spoliarium was truly extraordinary, both in Europe and here in the Philippines. Its first gold medal in Madrid was celebrated as a major triumph, not just for Luna, but for the Filipino people as a whole. This painting became a powerful symbol of our national identity and pride. Filipino nationalist intellectuals, especially José Rizal, saw the Spoliarium as more than just art. They viewed it as a reflection of colonial oppression and a call for liberation. Over time, it has grown to become the most iconic painting in Philippine history, and it's now permanently housed at the National Museum of Fine Arts in Manila. It continues to inspire Filipinos across generations, reminding us of our struggles and aspirations. As Rizal famously said in 1884, the Spoliarium is our life, our portrait, our history, our very existence as a colonial people. It encapsulates our collective story and our ongoing journey towards freedom and identity. Let's take a closer look at this artwork titled The Parisian Life from 1892. It's an oil on canvas measuring 57 centimeters by 79 centimeters, created in Paris, France. This painting offers a vibrant glimpse into Parisian street life at the turn of the century. What's really interesting here is how the artist captures the everyday energy and atmosphere of Paris, highlighting the social interactions, fashion, and urban environment. It's a prime example of how artists of this period sought to depict modern life with both realism and a touch of romanticism. Connecting this to our overall theme, it shows how art was used not just to represent beauty, but also to reflect societal changes and the bustling energy of city life. This piece invites us to see Paris not just as a backdrop, but as a lively character itself. This artwork really captures the spirit of its time, serving as a powerful expression of the tumultuous period and the conversations about change that were happening in the country. You can see how it reflects the hopes and struggles faced by Filipinos during that era. The figures in the painting, Dr. José Rizal, Juan Luna, and Ariston Bautista Lin, are all prominent figures in our history, symbolizing the intellectual and revolutionary movement. The painting also mirrors the socio-political, economic, and cultural climate during the Spanish Revolution in 1892. It depicts three gentlemen engaged in a discussion about the struggles faced by the Filipino people, highlighting the sense of activism and the desire for reform that was prevalent at the time. This is why it's called the Three Gentlemen, each one representing different facets of the Filipino identity and fight for independence. Interestingly, the woman in the painting serves as a symbol of the Philippines itself, almost like a mirror image. She embodies the nation's hopes, struggles, and complexities. In a literal sense, she appears to be a lady seated on a sofa, but there's a darker layer to her story. She's identified as a prostitute, which adds a tragic dimension. It reflects Luna's personal experience, especially considering his wife's extramarital affair, which influenced the emotional tone of the work. Now, moving to Luna's other masterpiece created in Paris in 1892, The Parisian Life. This piece measures 57 by 79 centimeters and offers a different perspective on the artist's worldview. Professor Eric Zerudo, a well-known expert in cultural heritage and museum development, has provided various interpretations of this artwork, helping us understand its deeper meanings. Overall, these artworks from Luna not only showcase his incredible talent, but also serve as windows into the social and political conditions of the time. They remind us of the complex history that shaped our national identity and continue to inspire conversations about change and progress. In this slide, we see three prominent figures, Rizal, Luna, and Lin, who symbolize the Filipino intellectual class. They are depicted as debating the future of the nation during the turbulent years of the Spanish Revolution in 1892. This scene captures the essence of their role as thinkers and visionaries, grappling with the direction the Philippines should take amidst political upheaval. Moving on, the woman in the painting is a powerful symbol of the Philippines itself. She is portrayed as exploited and marginalized, representing how the country was often subjected to the desires and decisions of more powerful forces, both foreign and domestic. This symbol emphasizes the ongoing struggle for independence and self-determination. The painting also has an autobiographical layer. It reflects Luna's personal pain, specifically his wife's extramarital affair. This adds a deeply emotional and personal dimension to the artwork, making it not just a political commentary, but also a reflection of Luna's inner life and struggles. Finally, we see a lady seated on a sofa in a Parisian interior, identified as a prostitute. This scene highlights social marginalization and hints at the complexities of life in cosmopolitan Paris. It underscores themes of social disparity and the often hidden lives of those on the margins of society. When we look at the Parisian life, we can interpret it on multiple levels: political, symbolic, and personal. Each layer enriches our understanding of the artwork and connects to the broader themes of identity, social critique, and personal experience that run through Luna's work. The Parisian life was completed in 1892, which is quite significant because it was also the year of the Spanish Revolution. This period was marked by intense political upheaval, and it had a direct impact on the Filipino Ilustrado community living in Europe. Filipino intellectuals abroad, including Rizal and Luna, were deeply involved in the propaganda movement, where they fought for reforms and greater rights for Filipinos under Spanish colonial rule. This painting really captures that charged atmosphere. You see three Filipino nationalists engaged in conversation, set against the backdrop of a Parisian salon. The seated woman may seem silent, but she's actually a powerful symbol of the Philippines' condition at that time. Prof. Eric Zerudo offers a multi-layered interpretation, highlighting how Luna embedded multiple meanings into this piece: personal grief, national allegory, and political commentary, all within what appears to be an intimate scene. So, in essence, the Parisian life isn't just a portrait. It's a reflection of the complex political and social realities faced by Filipinos abroad during a pivotal time in history. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating artwork from 1886 to 1887. It's an oil on canvas, measuring about 1.25 meters by 2.505 meters, which makes it quite an impressive size. The piece is titled Hymen, O Hymene, also known as the Roman Wedding. What really stands out here is how the artist captures the celebration of marriage in ancient Rome, emphasizing the cultural significance of this rite. The title itself highlights Hymen, the Greek god of marriage, connecting the scene to themes of union and festivity. This work is part of our broader exploration of how artists depict social rituals and cultural identity through their art. Notice how the composition and details evoke a sense of grandeur and solemnity, reminding us of the importance placed on marriage traditions during that period. By examining this piece, we gain insight into how cultural values and societal norms are reflected in art, helping us understand the context in which it was created. It's a vivid reminder of how art serves as a window into the customs and beliefs of different eras. This slide highlights a significant achievement for Luna, the bronze medal he received at the prestigious Paris Exposition Universelle. The medal specifically recognizes his masterpiece, the Holy Grail of the Philippines, which he created between 1886 and 1887 during his time in Europe. This period was crucial for Luna's development as an artist and for gaining international recognition. The painting itself, titled Hymen, O Hymene, references the ancient Greek god of marriage ceremonies, Hymen, also known as Hymenaeus. This figure is traditionally invoked in classical wedding songs, adding a layer of cultural depth and historical richness to the work. What makes this painting particularly remarkable is its depiction of a grand Roman wedding procession. Luna rendered it with incredible academic precision, capturing every detail meticulously. The composition is also dramatic, full of energy and movement, which draws viewers into this ancient celebration of marriage. This artwork measures 1.25 meters by 2.505 meters, making it a substantial oil canvas that commands attention. Its significance is not just in its size and beauty, but in how it symbolizes Filipino cultural identity through a classical theme, earning it the nickname, the Holy Grail of the Philippines. Overall, this piece symbolizes Luna's mastery and his ability to elevate Filipino art on the global stage, showcasing both technical skill and cultural storytelling. The bronze medal from Paris is a testament to his talent and the importance of this work in art history. This slide highlights the impressive scale of Luna's painting, measuring 1.25 meters by 2.505 meters, which gives it a grand and ceremonial presence. The color palette is warm and luminous, consisting of rich golds, creams, and terracottas, carefully chosen to evoke the grandeur and timelessness of ancient Rome. When you look at the figures, you'll notice they are depicted in classical costumes with precise anatomical accuracy, demonstrating Luna's strong command of human form and detail. The composition itself has a flowing, processional sweep that injects the scene with dynamic energy, making it feel lively and festive. This sense of movement and celebration is key to capturing the ceremonial spirit of a Roman wedding. In terms of style, Luna aligns with high European academic realism, showcasing his mastery of this rigorous tradition. The painting's ambitious scale and detailed execution reflect his desire to stand among the greatest European academic painters of his time. Overall, this slide emphasizes how Luna's technical skill, combined with his choice of composition and palette, creates a powerful homage to ancient Roman grandeur, while also demonstrating his aspiration to reach the highest standards of academic art. Let's talk about the significance of the Roman wedding. This painting is considered one of the most prized and sought-after works in Philippine art history. It's celebrated for its technical brilliance and for showcasing Filipino artistic excellence at the highest international level. When Luna received a bronze medal at the Paris Exposition Universelle, it really confirmed his status as one of the leading academic painters of his generation. This wasn't just a local achievement, it put him on the global stage. In fact, the Roman wedding is often called the Holy Grail of Philippine art. That phrase highlights how rare and extraordinary this work is, both in terms of artistic quality and historical importance. Its recognition in Paris, one of the world's most prestigious art capitals, was a landmark moment. It marked a significant boost for Filipino cultural identity and national pride, showing that Filipino artists could compete and excel internationally. So, in the context of our overall theme, this painting isn't just a masterpiece. It's a symbol of Filipino talent and cultural achievement that reached the global stage. This is an oil-on-canvas painting measuring 29 by 34 centimeters, titled The Portrait of a Lady. As you can see, the artist has focused on capturing the elegance and personality of the subject through careful brushwork and attention to detail. This artwork is part of our exploration of portraiture, highlighting how artists convey identity and emotion. The relatively small size allows for an intimate view, drawing us closer to the lady's expression and demeanor. It exemplifies the artist's skill in using oil paints to create depth, texture, and subtle nuances in the figure's features. Overall, this piece not only showcases technical mastery, but also emphasizes the importance of portraiture in understanding individual character within the broader context of art history. This painting holds a special place in Philippine art history because it's not just a simple portrait. It's a tender expression of love, a personal, intimate gift from Luna to Paz. At the same time, it's wrapped in mystery and dark legend, which makes it all the more intriguing. There are stories that suggest the painting has brought misfortune to those who own it. Tales of unfortunate incidents and strange happenings have been linked to it, adding a haunting layer to its story. This legend resonates even more when we consider Luna's own tragic life, losing Paz, and the violent events that followed, highlighting how intertwined this artwork is with personal tragedy. Now let's talk about its size and purpose. Unlike Luna's grand historical paintings meant for public display, this one is small and intimate, measuring just 29 by 34 centimeters. It clearly had a private purpose, a keepsake of love rather than a piece meant for the public eye. The portrait depicts Paz Pardo de Tavera, Luna's beloved wife. It's a heartfelt tribute, capturing her likeness with tenderness and closeness that only a loving husband and a skilled artist could achieve. This makes it not just a portrait, but a deeply personal reflection of Luna's affection. So, in essence, this is more than just a painting. It's a symbol of love, shrouded in mystery, and connected to a complex and tragic personal history. Juan Luna's biography is really closely tied to his famous work, The Portrait of a Lady. His marriage to Paz Pardo de Tavera was a pivotal part of his life, something that shaped him deeply. It was a relationship filled with love, but it also carried its share of tragedy. Luna's personal struggles, especially his feelings of anguish over Paz's alleged infidelity, influenced not just this portrait, but also other works like The Parisian Life. The violent events that followed in his life really cast a long shadow over this intimate piece. What's fascinating is that the portrait shows a different side of Luna. It's not just about his ambition or his success as an international artist. Instead, it reveals the tender, private side of him, his devotion as a husband, capturing his wife with quiet, genuine tenderness. Understanding this personal backstory really shifts how we see the painting. It's not just a simple likeness, it's a complex emotional document. It gives us insight into Luna's inner world and the emotional depths behind his brushwork. This context helps us appreciate the portrait as more than just a visual record. It's a window into Luna's heart and life. Let's take a closer look at some of Juan Luna's major works and what makes them significant. Starting with his intimate portrait. This piece is quite small, just 29 by 34 centimeters, and it's undated, but it offers a personal glimpse into his style and approach to portraiture. Next, we have The Portrait of a Lady, which earned him the bronze medal at the Paris Exposition Universelle. This work is much larger, measuring 1.25 by 2.505 meters, and was created around 1886 or 1887. It showcases Luna's skill in capturing both the personality and elegance of his subject. Moving on, The Roman Wedding, created between 1886 and 1887, is a highly symbolic piece. It functions as a multi-layered political allegory, which means it's not just about the scene itself, but also about deeper historical and cultural messages Luna wanted to convey. Then there's The Parisian Life, which earned Luna his first gold medal at Madrid in 1884. This massive painting measures 4.22 by 7.675 meters and offers a vivid glimpse into urban life, blending realism with a touch of romanticism. Finally, we have the Spoliarium, arguably Luna's most famous work. It's a monumental piece that earned him key recognition and is often considered a national treasure in the Philippines. Its scale and emotional impact make it a cornerstone of his legacy. When comparing these four major works, we see Luna's versatility, ranging from intimate portraits to grand historical narratives. Each piece reflects different facets of his artistic evolution and highlights his ability to adapt to various themes and styles. This comparison helps us understand how Luna's work not only defines his personal legacy, but also plays a significant role in Filipino national identity and history. Luna's career follows a fascinating journey, starting from the grand academic tradition of European historical painting. Over time, he shifts toward a more personal and socially engaged realism, which reflects a broader awakening of Filipino national consciousness in the late 19th century. His work earned international recognition, with notable achievements like winning a gold medal in Madrid in 1884 and a bronze in Paris. These awards highlight how his art resonated beyond the Philippines, gaining global acclaim. Luna's themes often addressed social inequalities and used political allegory, making his art not just visually striking, but also meaningful and provocative. This shift toward social realism marks an important evolution in his style, moving away from pure academic classicism to focus more on real-life issues and historical scenes. He also excelled in portraiture, capturing individual personalities with depth and sensitivity. Throughout his artistic journey, we see a clear progression from the academic classicism that dominated European art to a more realistic approach that emphasizes social commentary. This evolution mirrors the broader cultural and political awakening happening in the Philippines at the time, making Luna's work both artistically significant and historically meaningful. Let's take a closer look at the 6 analytical aspects applied to Luna's work. These aspects serve as a comprehensive framework to understand her creative process and the depth of her projects. First, we consider the thematic analysis, which helps us grasp the core ideas and messages she aims to communicate. Then, the stylistic aspect reveals her unique visual and narrative choices that set her work apart. Next, the technical dimension examines the skills and methods she employs to bring her ideas to life, ensuring quality and innovation. The contextual aspect involves understanding the cultural and historical background that influences her work, making it more meaningful. We also look at the audience engagement aspect, which highlights how she connects with viewers and fosters interaction. Lastly, the evaluative dimension helps us assess the impact and effectiveness of her work within her field. When we apply these 6 aspects together, we gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of Luna's creative approach, which ties back to the overall theme of how thoughtful analysis can deepen our appreciation of artistic endeavors. Applying Gombrich's analytical framework, which includes historical, cultural, biographical, iconographic, formal, and reception-based perspectives, really helps us unlock the full depth of meaning in Luna's paintings. It's like peeling back layers to understand what's beneath the surface. Remember, context is everything. Luna's most intimate works, especially the portrait of a lady, show us how his personal biography intertwines with universal themes like love, loss, and tragedy. These themes are not just personal, they resonate broadly and deepen our appreciation of his artistic vision. When we look at works like the Spoliarium and the Parisian Life, they go beyond their immediate subjects. They stand as powerful allegories of colonial oppression, national identity, and the hopes of the Filipino people. Luna used his art to comment on larger societal issues, turning his paintings into statements that demand reflection. And let's not forget his international recognition. Luna's first gold medal in Madrid in 1884 and the bronze medal at the Paris Exposition Universelle proved that Filipino artists could compete and excel within the European academic tradition. That was a big deal. It put Filipino talent on the global stage. So, in summary, Luna's legacy is multifaceted. His work is a testament to his mastery, his personal story, and his commitment to expressing the Filipino experience through art. Understanding these key points helps us see why Luna remains such a significant figure today. Juan Luna's paintings are truly some of the most treasured cultural artifacts of the Philippines. Among them, the Spoliarium stands out not just for its artistic mastery, but also for what it represents to our national identity. It's permanently housed at the National Museum of Fine Arts in Manila, and it continues to inspire generations of Filipinos today. It's more than just a painting. It's a symbol of our collective struggle for dignity, freedom, and artistic excellence. Through the analytical framework we've discussed in this lesson, students are now better equipped to engage with Luna's work, and with all historical art, with the depth, nuance, and critical insight that they deserve. Luna's legacy isn't just about his technical skill. It's about how his art captures the enduring human spirit and our ongoing pursuit of justice and identity. His work reminds us of the power of art to inspire change and to reflect the core values of our nation.